I just came in and I was brought to the stage by Yvette, so kind of had other thoughts in my mind that I wanted to just share with you, you know. First of all, you don't already know. Lewat no toka kichi, nishte makoyotsin. Hello again to all my relations. My name is Kichi, also known as Little Bundle. So you guys will remember when I was born, I was a big little baby, right? My great grandmother, you know, may her spirit rest in peace. You know, she's here with me. You know, her power. You know, she told my mom, you know, that's a little bundle for you to carry around. You know, bundle of me. You know, so that's where my name came from. My legal name is Raul Martinez, after my father. So I was just curious, how many of you here are high school students? Right here, 1, 2. Woo. I think that's amazing. Yeah. You know, I think it's really beautiful. I think about how you know, it really just for my life, you know, I grew up also around not only the indigenous communities, but also, you know, a lot of Mexican American descent are able to go into also as the Chicano indigenous background. And so what happens, you know, not only with us, but a lot of us, you know, don't grow up with our father figures, and so we depend on each other. You know, we look up to each other, and so, you know, we really try to stay up on, you know, we built this kind of brotherhood where it's just, you know, it's kind of tough. You know, we have to actually stay tough, so we, you know, be role models for each other. And I think by the time, I just remember that, you know, by the time I was a senior in high school, I was like, wow, what has high school become? You know, this, you know, No Child Left Behind really meant, you know, favoritism among the high school teachers that don't even want to be there in the first place, you know, that don't want to give up their tenure. And, I mean, to think, you know, you're here today, and then you're already ahead of the curve. I mean, how many, you have no idea how, maybe you do, but, you know, I'm just saying that for sake of speech, right? Like, there's so many students that go out of high school that have no idea of the politics that go on into these UC systems. You know, I've had so many friends, so many of my brothers and sisters that have gone into these UCs right out of high school, and they didn't know what they were getting themselves into. And, you know, just be, you know, be mindful of that. You know, be mindful that, you know, you have that support from people that want you to be here. You know, and there's gonna be professors that are gonna want to bring you down. You know, they see you as a threat. They see you as a threat. And just know that there's other people. There's people that, you know, would kill to be in your shoes, and they know that. You know, some white kid doesn't have that seat that you're going to be occupying, and they're going to be pissed off at that. So I think it's very powerful that you're here today. And, you know, because then you're also going to be able to bring that to your community. You know, the people in your high school. I think that's really powerful. And even more so as a transfer student myself. You know, they often say, you know, you gotta watch out for those transfer students, because as soon as you get there, they're taking care of business. You know, and that's the thing is that, you know, we fight ourselves. You know, I'm a really modest person. You know, I'm not an angry person. You know, you know, in our ways, we accept everyone. And so it really hurts me to see when people are not like that. You know, when they're not willing to open arms to everyone. And so I think about, you know, I think about what, like, the kind of reputation people give for me, you know, because I don't like speaking about myself, but, like, they mention that a lot of these kids here, these privileged kids that have, you know, been fed their way in here, you know, they go through the motions. You know, how many of you pass by these fucking houses that have these kids sleeping on the yard all passed out because they're just pissed off drunk, you know? It's like, it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. You know, it's, you know, and it doesn't have the, you know, all the money that they allocate to the football program, you know, which is ridiculous. You know, how many community centers can you build with the funding that you put into the football team? And it's, you know, I just think that, you know, no matter where you're coming from as a high school student or transfer student, we are, just by being here, you have a certain consciousness already, you know. You have this realization that, you know, you're cutting through the bullshit. And, you know, it's interesting enough, I've been accepted here. And, you know, today, I've just been reflecting a lot. You know, this school, surprisingly, it is intimidating. For me, it is intimidating. Not because I don't feel I'm not going to be able to exceed here. It's not that. I know that I'm, you know, if I get in here, I'm going to be doing my thing. I know I'm going to take care of business here. It's not that. I just feel intimidated because, you know, it's a heavy burden as coming from your community.
We got your back, though. We got your back, Kichi. We do.
But it's interesting, you know, just, you know, like the sister was saying right here, you know, she's a student here. And she's mentioning, you know, going into science, you know, going into law, you know, and, you know, I'm a science major. And I think just organizing like this, knowing that you're gonna have people to connect with, you know, you might get into a department and there's already been a psychological, a psychological change that is irreversible. That happens, you know, and that's because the people that they admit here by the front door is people that they know are the people that can be dominated. And so I just, you know, that's why I feel it's just so important to just, you know, don't, you know, if you're that annoying person that's like posting up things on Facebook, you know, be that annoying person.
Post the truth.
But you know what? It's, I think in the long run, the people that, you know, I think the beauty of, like, you know, how I've changed as a person intellectually, calling people out on kind of the injustices. Surprisingly enough, the people that I grew up with since I was 5 years old, you know, in cities like in Compton, in East LA, they're still with me, you know? They're still with me. You know, they might not be here today with me. You know, my mom might not be here physically with me, you know? But it's just a certain kind of just support. This support and kind of just like, you know, it's just reality that we carry with each other, you know? And I just want to end up by saying, you know, I think there's just this fabricated world that UCLA, you know, just exposes to, you know, people that they want to expose it to. And, you know, and that's exactly what I experienced today, walking through this campus, you know, and so, you know, I feel no matter where you go, you know, whatever you're going to get into, you know, whatever school you decide you want to go to and you get there, I think just having that connection.